with you. Of course, Murphy's Law. My internet thing for my phone popped in. But yeah, this is the song, man. I still can't pronounce her name. And I was with the vets. My road dog. Good morning. I was working with the vets, and we did seatings at the concerts. And one of the concerts was with her. And that was one of the reasons why I took the job, because I wanted her to sing this song live. And I was right up front, waiting, watching the whole thing. The last song that she did was this song. And I think she must have did about 1 minute of it. I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. Oh, no, wait. Stop. Oh, it's Beyonce. Oh. Which brings me to another thing. This is the only song of Beyonce I like. Granted, I haven't heard enough of them, but from what I heard, this one I like. Put Your Love on Top. But anyway, I'm getting ready to head to the States in about another week. The magazine contacted me. Instead of having a full order, they want to give me a partial. So, let me tell you something. I got to have my magazines because I can't go to the States without my magazine. You know, or I don't want to go without my magazine. Can't say I can't. There's no such thing as I can't. That's what I used to teach my daughters when they were growing up. When they said I can't, I said, no such thing as I can't. It's I need some help. Can you help me? You know, which is an important message. Or because. There's no such thing as because. If you ask my youngest daughter what does because mean, she'll go, because is not an answer, it's a delay to an answer. That's absolutely right. My teeth, oh my God. I've been working on those, not as hard as I could, virtually because of my obligations that I've been taking care of. But when I come back, I will. That's my priority, my teeth and my operation for my rotator's cuff. Also in December, my case is going to trial. Those of you know I've been waiting on a lawsuit for the longest time. And this for you, Tatiana, it's coming to a head, baby. And lo and behold, I'm going to pay you your money just to shut you, I can't say just to shut you up, just to say that, you know what, you could have always believed in me. You know, but other than that, you know, I'm waiting here for Diamond to come. We're going to go do some shopping. You know, I was really stunned at the fact that, you know, paying for my flight and a resort at the Grand View in Las Vegas, how it really put a hit in my money, you know. Man, whew. You know, but anyway, be that as it may, you know, it's funny because I came here to the Philippines with $500, and I think I'm leaving the Philippines with $500. $500, you know, going to my plane leaves here. I fly to Tokyo. I spend 10 hours in Tokyo, and then I fly to Las Vegas. They asked me if I want to go on any tours, and I said, hell no, I don't want to see Tokyo. You know, just you know, so they said they're going to try to give me a room. I said, yeah, you do that. Try to get me a comp room for the time I'm going to be there, because believe me, last thing I'm going to do is go sightseeing in Tokyo. I mean, it's a wonderful city from what I heard. God bless it, but no, I'm not the type sightseeing type. But if they can't give me a room, that means I'll be spending 10 hours in the airport, which I don't mind, because that's 10 hours closer to being in the United States. All right, so I just want to stop and share that with you. I've learned a couple of new words. I know that die. Die means girl, you know, we're talking to. See, my thing was saying, and they're very polite, you know, saying sir and ma'am. And my thing was saying ma'am to a girl that was a lot younger than I was. It always seemed to kind of bother me. Or having I don't mind the young man calling me sir, but might calling them ma'am. And then finally it was told to me that no, you're supposed to call them die. I said, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense, because that's a younger girl. And so I learned dai and dang. Dang is for man, as a matter of fact. You don't call them sir, call them dang. Dai and dang. So now you too know a little Bisaya, okay? All right, with that being said, this is Gerard'S of Filipino Soul, aka s.g.i.b magazine. Soldiers got intention to believe that, and everyone should be soldiering for something. A dream, a goal, an idea, a train of thought, something. And if you haven't got a dream, a goal, an idea, don't worry about it. Do what I do, get as much you can, as fast as you can, and go home. And remember, I, Mr. Vegas, Double OG, aka Mr. Vegas, and some representing the purple one, the Continental, the Prince of Wannabes. I will always love you more. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali Woodson once sung and treat her like a lady, do that like I'm doing with mine. The reason I hesitate because I haven't said anything about the Vegas shooting at all. I post on it, but I haven't said anything. Other than it's a tremendous loss of life. It doesn't matter, what their political beliefs were or anything. Nothing can justify someone doing what that cat did. And we'll debate on it for years, how to resolve that. My thing is, number one, I think you should put a mandatory 10-year sentence for anyone with caught with a handgun. 10 years, mandatory. And number two, you should stop, plug the law that will allow someone to buy as many assault rifles as they can without being flagged. That was one of the problems in the Las Vegas shooting, because for 2 months before he committed the shooting, he started his stockpile of weapons. So I think that needs to be a plug hole too. And number three, we should close the loophole also on gun laws, on gun shows. There should be a background check on anyone buying guns at a gun show, and also take away it being so easy from states to sell guns and them being transferred across the border. If you get a chance, Google guns for jobs. Guns for jobs was an idea I came up with to resolve the gun issue in the inner city, and it's just does what it says: guns for jobs. I'm not going to summer's over. I'm not going to let it out the bag, but when you go guns for job, look for the lady in a blue dress and a young man, and of course look for it directed by Gerard. And you can see my idea of resolving handguns in the community. My belief is that there are a whole lot of handguns still in the inner cities, and a $200 giveaway for a return handgun doesn't mean a whole lot to a lot of people. In fact, they take that $200 and go buy something for $100. But that's just how it is. But I believe that there are a number of summer jobs that are given out throughout the summer, part-time jobs. I think it should be that if a young man turns in a handgun, that there are so many corporations, if they would give 5% of their summer jobs to people from the age of 18 to 21 to turn in a handgun, should give them the job. Now, what happens with that is that during the first week, select the handgun turn-in is on Saturday. That Monday, they start a course as far as finding out what their interests are and what job is best suited for them. I believe that you can advance them the money that what it takes for them to get back and forth to work and lunch. I think you can provide them with whatever tools necessary for them to do the job, whether it be a carpenter's belt, hammer, screwdriver, and a pair of pliers, and also, whatever they need, to fit the attire. And during that week, you learn what an individual's strong point is or worst point is, and slot them in those jobs, be it manual labor. The interesting thing is there's no losers in this idea, because you see, because even if they don't turn out, the worst case scenario is that you get a handgun off the job. The most positive thing is that they enter into a workforce, that they become productive members of society. So Guns for Jobs, I think, is an idea. I try to run it through Al Sharpton, Reverend Al Sharpton. I can't remember the other councilmen in New York to try to get them to pay attention to it. But Guns for Jobs, giving away summer jobs to people who turn in handguns, I think is a lot better proposal than just giving $200 and a bucket of chicken. With that, I'll talk to you later, and I'll always love you more. I'll talk to you later.